I love that song. Um, Cosmic Girl, Jamiroquai. That was from Vince. Vince request. So we talked about a lot of stuff today. Me and Vince. We'll wait to see if is he gonna call back one. Juan says he might call back. Um, so we'll wait. We'll wait and see. But I think we got to pretty much everything we were going to talk about. Um, I'm not the comedian here. I'm the guy to ask the questions and kind of try to keep this show going at a pace. And any show I do, I'm always going to have people come up because I find people interesting, and a lot of my friends are interesting. So I'll bring them up all the time and be a good host. So what else did I tell you guys we would talk about that we didn't get to? We kind of got to everything actually. We got yeah, we did it all. Juan wants to do a game, start like a some sort of game on here where we could play for prizes. But we haven't. We have to work that out. But he's got a couple ideas he wants to bounce off, or just try. We'll try it one day. Tomorrow, guys. Speaking of interesting friends, my buddy Jigga J is going to come up. Vince is back. All right. Yeah, my buddy Jigga J is going to come up tomorrow, and we'll talk movies. And then Friday, of course, me and J Dub 23 are going to do a news wrap up with sports. Vince.
Yo!
Yeah, I was just telling everybody how interesting my friends are. And
not including me.
Especially you. And so I'm going to try to do different shows. Like tomorrow, I'm going to do a show with Jigga J. He watches movies, so we'll do a movie show. Friday, I do the news show with Josh, and we cover news and sports. He does sports because he's really good with remembering specific statistics. It's just ridiculous.
Okay.
And then Monday at 10 a.m. we got Lucky, Vince, another comedian. Yeah. Let's talk about him a little bit. Lucky Luciano, another
Lucky
comedian
Luch.
from Chicago.
Yeah, man. You know what's going to be great is that I have so many great comics and friends that I've worked with for a really long time that just, I mean, of course, everybody's got their stories and their travels and their journeys and stuff like that. This guy, I mean, he's older than I am. He's my elder, and I say it like he's a senior citizen. But no, he's like the uncle I've never had, man. He's a fantastic dude. Super funny individual. His family, very loving. And when I met him, and this is something that we can like get into at another point, maybe like next week, there was a point where like nobody wanted to work with me because, you know, I was young, I was cocky, I was arrogant, the whole 9 yards. And when I finally came back into the comedy scene, I decided to be very quiet, go on stage, do my thing, and then, and then leave the comedy show so I wouldn't ruffle any feathers. Like I was very afraid of like ruining any more friendships than I already had.
Right.
And I met this guy Lucky, and he was with his wife, and he had just started in stand-up, and I had been doing it for several years already. So we became very close. He's a great dude, man. He's come on the road with me as an opening act, and now he's headlining on his own for certain things. And I mean, he's just a great dude, man. Super funny. And the guy is just a firecracker. Like, he's not going to give you a break. He's going to go, and he's going to go, and he's going to go. And he just has that kind of energy, and not a lot of people can maintain that. So to have somebody who has that energy during a comedy show, he's great to have around, man. He's just all, he fires up the crowd the way they need to be, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, man. He comes across as a really cool dude. That's like he's he's not regimented, but he has a specific style and all of this about him. Um,
Yeah. Yes.
and it was his. He told me it was his idea too for the Five the Hard Way tour you guys did, or the shows you guys did.
You know what? I'm going to let's just say sure. Yeah, let's just go with it. Let's go with it because everybody again has their own idea of how things start.
Right.
And
Right.
I won't lie, man. I have the worst memory in the world, so he could totally be right, and I would still be like, no, that was
He's
it just
probably
kinda is
right
what it
because
is.
I said that because he dresses up and wears suits and like is very aware of like fashion is how he
Yeah.
comes across.
He's a very that dude as an individual, very fashionista, very into the trends. Like that dude is still fitting into like slim fit, like the whole 9 yards, if you will,
Yeah.
as far as knowing how to dress. I'm over here still like, I just need a little bit more room in my blazer jacket. Like I'm Michael Jordan when it comes to like suits. I'm like Michael Jordan when it comes to jeans. I'm like, no. I need them bigger.
Right. I saw
No,
that.
no.
I saw that.
Yeah, that meme.
Yeah,
That's hilarious,
funny.
bro.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, man, but Lucky's he's a super funny dude, man. And you like anybody, you come across relationships and friendships that you're not expecting until they happen, and they end up turning into they turn into family. And I would consider Lucky very, very. He's the uncle I've never had. He's family, and I would do anything for him, just like he would do anything for me. And we're not perfect as friends and as people that we consider family. We still have our moments where like, oh, you suck or you suck, and we have a difference of opinion. But as a human being, man, that dude he's an absolute gentleman. He's great, and I'm just lucky to have had the opportunity to have that dude with me and to rock with me and to do shows with me and to support what I do. And I couldn't ask for better friends.
Yeah. He's really cool to talk to. I talked to him on the phone. So Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard. No, 10 a.m. you guys time, which is 8 a.m. Pacific Standard, 11 a.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. Central Time. I'll be talking to Lucky Luciano Monday, and we'll get into a lot of stuff. He's got some stuff going on as well. He's working on that. We'll talk about. You're still working on stuff. Do you have an update for us, Vince, on the stuff you've been working on?
I do actually. This Monday, I'm going to be filming some of the new series that I'm working on, The Comedians Unknown. And I'm super excited about it. I've got one of my favorite directors, Carlos Flores, who helped me. He directed my first official DVD that I sold a few years ago, my first show that I put onto a DVD and sold and whatnot. And he, when I pitched him the project, he was all for it. And it's only because he knows, like anybody else, like who you're going to work with, who you don't want to work with, who's serious, who isn't. So the moment that I reached out to him, there was no hesitation. He jumped all over it. So Carlos Flores is going to be the director producer. We have our venue, which is where I do a lot of my private shows at. They're going to be producers on it because they're offering us the venue. And it's going to be great, man. And our first guest, you know what? Because it's you, I'm going to go ahead and say who it is. It's a gentleman named Frank. Exclusive for Tony Frost at Station Head. It's actually a gentleman named Frank Townsend. Frank Townsend is actually the nephew of Robert Townsend, who's another famous comedian.
Out of Chicago.
Frank Townsend is a very, very well-known, established veteran comedian of Chicago. We worked together on the cruise ships. Frank actually recommended me for the cruise ships, and that's the only reason I started doing them. And because of that, me and him have gotten so much closer, and he is going to be my first official guest on this show. And we're just going to have a chat, man. We're just going to converse with each other. I'm just going to go into the history of why he did it, how he does it, does he still want to do it, and we won't even just talk about comedy. It's just going to be about things that everybody can relate to. Because if there's nothing more frustrating than trying to tune into a show that you can't relate to, So,
right.
that's just going to be what's going on. I'm really happy about it. I'm happy that the people that I've extended an invitation to be a part of it are super excited about it. And, and that's what it's going to be, man. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
And when is that again?
We're going to start filming it this upcoming Monday. And we hopefully will be able to edit it and drop it within the next, 2 weeks or so.
Nice. Yeah, we look forward to that. So that's something good that you're working on. And a lot of people are still kind of struggling to figure out what they're going to do next. And you're ready to go. And Lucky's ready to go. So I'm ready to go. And I'm doing this. You're doing that. And to bring up another 6 degrees of separation here that you probably don't know, you're working with the Townsend. My dad worked with Robert Townsend through in the early 80s, I want to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's definitely a connection of the rooted connection. There's a rooted connection for sure, and that's
degrees,
the kind of
baby,
people they mess with. Like, it's best. Like, there's a lot of comedians and stuff that go and like, maybe he could have ended up out here and then picking up comedians out here, but instead you want to get the comedians that are from your hometown that you want to promote, and that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about.
Sorry.
Again, it comes. Yeah. Ooh, you got that Rona, baby. Over here trying to live with that Modelo. Yeah, no, it really, with time and age and experience, you start to figure out that there's a lot of people that are undeserving of the opportunities they receive because they're just drinking buddies or it's politics or whatever the case is. But I've been afforded the opportunity to work with a lot of guys of different cultures, cultures, religions, different areas, different lifestyles. And it's been really nice to meet these people and to enjoy their company and to know that they've hit a certain peak or plateau or a certain level where they're like, man, they're super funny, but they deserve so much more. And because I feel that these guys are of the deserving type that deserve so much more because they put so much work into it and they really believe in what they do, I would just like to, potentially have a moment to have that situation with them if it helps. And I can only hope for the best. And if it works out, then great. And if it doesn't, nobody can ever say that we never tried.
You didn't try. That's right.
Yeah, man.
That's right, man. Well, Vince, welp, as Dion Cole would say. I think we did it all again, as usual. We cover everything. I had a bunch of notes me and Intern Juan went over, and we kind of hit everything, dude, as usual. We're just
beautiful.
Fucking money.
Bowling. Let's not do that. That was hacky. Let me not do that ever again.
Bowling.
Bowling. I have nothing really new to report. I just know that if Chicago goes on lockdown for an additional 3 months like LA, the streets will be just filled with blood. Like, there's no way.
How funny is it that I can hear the
you can hear alarms and sirens already, right?
Yeah, already.
I'm driving back home because I know it's the end of the episode, and you can hear sirens already, son. That's what Chicago is. And people didn't like that Chirac terminology, but let's be real. Depending on what area you're... Chicago's a beautiful city. And there's only 2 areas that ruin it. It's the very far west side, the very far south side. And that's not to say that there aren't fantastic people in those areas. There's great people everywhere. I live in Humboldt Park. That's a dangerous neighborhood. But there's a lot of white people that moved in, so there isn't as much shootings. White people are too busy cutting each other off with bicycles. So, you know what I mean? But, it's still, you still got to be aware and cautious of what's what. Yeah, but I don't know where I was going with that. I just know that.
Well, we were talking about the fact that you guys might be on 3 months more lockdown like us.
Yeah.
And then the alarms went off.
That's already a bad signal. If alarms are going off, we're just talking about it over the phone, son.
Right. I have one comment in the comment box from Jigga J. He said you should do another McDonald's commercial. You did a McDonald's commercial?
Oh, come on, bro. Was that you or was that somebody else? Because
that's somebody else.
Nah, that's bullshit. There's no way nobody else knows about that, bro. I know that was you. And if I find out it was you, Tone, I'm gonna fucking.
I swear.
The next time I'm in LA, bro, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking dick with everything I have, bro.
I swear to God. I didn't even know that.
Kamehameha! Like, oh my God.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I will not be doing. So I used to do act. I feel like we should save this for another episode. So I'm just going to try to make this a short version of it.
Okay.
I did acting before I did stand up. I got very jaded by it because of the situations I was being put in during auditions. So I will leave it at that. If you could remember that.
See, I like that.
Yeah, and we'll get into that next Wednesday, bro.
All right, we'll do that, Vince. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate your time and everything you do, man. And you're funny as hell. And I look forward to next week's check-in for sure.
Tone, it is always a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. Try not to, stay safe. Don't catch that Rona. And I will see you and talk to you on Wednesday, baby.
Yes, right. That's Vince Acevedo, everybody. This is Tony Frost. Join me tomorrow. I had Jigga J is going to be on. We're going to do some movie talk. So we'll do that. I'll post the showtime. But thanks a lot, everybody. And that's the show.
Good night, bro.
Deuces.
Later.